This is what I'm talking. Super Bowl Sunday and the roads are dry. That's a good thing in Ski Town. Oh, come on, light, turn on. There you go. 40 inside, 12, 22. Come on. Super Bowl Sunday, February 7th. See how fast I can get this rascal going. Hey, Mark, get set, go. Let me see how many minutes. I think it was 12:22 and now it's 12:36. It just turned on. Come on, you little rascal. There we go. Put a little fan in front of it. Shove air in there. Come on. Make me out a liar. Come on now. It should be kicking on. It's right there in the temp zone. Hello. There we go, Daniel Boone in the house. That's what Slow SRT says the answer is. Rage Go Ultimate. It's $59.99, but if you go on their website, you can get it to your door for $57 and some change. That includes shipping. One thing I don't like is it says it's a gallon, and I know it's. See if I can get it to focus. Nope, probably not. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Turn some light on for you. I know it's a 0.8. Come on, focus. Of course you can't read it, but it is a 0.8. So you can get it cheaper off the net. We'll see how good it is. I trust Matt. He knows what he's talking about. A friend of mine used this for total plastic, flexible 2-component epoxy, and an interior part, and it flexes really nice. I'm sure other brands make it. It's a smart brand. Come from Finish Master, but I've seen it in person. It flexes really well. It's a nice find. I didn't even realize I had it. Bought it in one, must have got it in one of those old toolboxes. All these little carbide bits. I know they ain't cheap at all. I love it when you don't even realize you have something and bam! I had a question from the guy on the last video, so I'll go over it real quick. Like, back in '91, this welder, smallest one you get, PS 100 Lincoln. It was 672 with my own tanks. So that's 212. So what? 6, 7, 8. Say $900. Okay. For the smallest welder you can get, and that's like what, I don't know, 25 years old. I know it's the newer welders, Lincoln welders. They do a little click, 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 and I don't like that. I don't like the click, click, click. So I like it in between. But anyway, the point being, gentleman asked me, because I made a comment about putting mud over holes. No, I won't. Then he asked me about how about fiberglass? Well, zoom out. Yeah, if that's all you got. You know, if I was gonna do it, I didn't have a welder, and I was gonna patch something, I put a piece of metal behind it, the hole, cut the rust out, put sheet metal screws through it, and do the sheet metal screws from behind and grind the tits off. Because if you popper it vibrates. That's not an answer. If you put fiberglass over a hole, Matt, yeah, if you don't have a welder, I've had this welder forever. Nothing replaces a welder. My philosophy is, if it's made out of metal and it's broke, it's not broke for very long if you know how to weld. Have I put fiberglass and mud over holes? Yeah, but they weren't my stuff. One of the first tools I bought when I started doing body work was a good compressor, a big compressor, because I don't like them little ones go, I don't like, no, because they create too much moisture. So the first thing I bought was a good compressor, a big one, 2-stage, that'll push out, 100 pounds PSI consistent, and the next thing I bought was a welder. Them are two things you really kind of need. You can get away with everything else, DAs, plasma cutters. I'd like to have a TIG welder, but anyway, I hope that answers the question. Work with what you got. I'm not gonna hate yeah. Anyway, today I come out here and redid this and recut it because I was getting in a hurry, and I'm glad I didn't weld it because I took the time to cut it on an angle to make it fit a lot better. And most people know this, but I'll just go over it. The reason I grind it at 45, so the weld is, how do I say it, is in between it, and I can grind some of the weld there, and the weld will be still there. Instead of welding on top, you can, but if you read the book, they'll tell you to put a V when you join metal together, so the weld, when you grind it away, there'll still be a weld there. Here, where it flows together, right here, where this axle is, I'm not 100% sure because kind of throws me a little bit because this little lip, so I don't know. I can only go so far because that chrome case is there, so I could just put tiger hair or something and mold it into a point, but I won't. I'll take the time and cut this on an angle, so most of it will be metal. Why? I just feel it's the better way to do. It's just a better way to do. It's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's right, wrong, or indifferent. That's why I stopped here, because I really haven't figured it out. I know I'm going to do the frame with this octagon stuff, and I know once I get it back together, I'm gonna have to go back and, oh, how do I say it? What I gotta say? Redo, because I already noticed when I put that tire back in, when I had this metal V'd right here, the tire wants to rub, so I have to hog that out and modify it so it'll fit to a certain extent. Yeah, I think that's enough rambling, and I'll leave it there. It's time to weld. And I got very limited argon gas left. Argon is about $75 for this size of tank. See how much gas we got in here. Not much. That's how much is in the tank, and that's how much I'm running at a time, 15 pounds or whatever you want to call it. So I figure that, I don't know, hard telling. But you gotta have a welder if you want to fix stuff. That's just my opinion. Anyway, it's time to go to work. On the welder, argon, 75% something, whatever, I don't know. Do you have to buy your own tanks? No, you don't. You can rent them, but if you're gonna weld for any length of time, over years or whatever, you might as well just go on and buy the tank, because you're gonna end up paying more in the long run to rent the tank than anything else. And yes, you can buy the, you don't have to run an argon tank and buy the gauges and all that. You can buy the flux core. I don't like flux core. That's just my preference. You get what you pay for, kinda, it just, some things you just gotta have, and some things you just don't have to have.